You must do your best to please him, so that he will take good care of you at court." Margaret nodded her assent, and, satisfied of her daughter's sense of duty, the Duchess left the room.
"Help me out of these things quickly, Elizabeth."
Margaret plucked at the hated collar and threw it onto the bed, where it lay among the covers like a pool of rich blood. Elizabeth removed the garments with deft fingers, smiling her affection. "Do not take on so, Margaret. You will make yourself overheated if you carry on like that." She brought a bowl of rosewater and placed it on the table. "Let me bathe your head. You will soon feel better." Margaret sat quietly, enjoying the scented coolness and relaxing under Elizabeth's ministrations.
"Have you always known me, Elizabeth?"
she asked after a time, and Elizabeth laughed out loud.
"Good gracious, yes. I was present at your birth. I heard your first cry and saw you placed among the rich tapestries of your crib. A tiny, delicate girl you were."
Margaret wriggled her toes a little and attempted to pluck up courage to ask Elizabeth the one question she dare not ask her mother.
"Is it true my father died by his own hand?"
The words came out suddenly. Elizabeth did not conceal her surprise.
"My dear girl, where have you heard such a thing?"
She busied herself at the table, and Margaret noticed that her hands were trembling.
"It is true, isn't it?" Margaret persisted. "Please tell me. I can't bear not to know."
Elizabeth sighed.
"Very well. It seems as though the Duke of Somerset killed himself because he fell into ill favour with the king, but no one is sure. It could easily have been an accident."
Margaret brushed back a stray curl impatiently and pushed Elizabeth away when she attempted to place the cool cloth on her brow once more.
"My mother couldn't have loved him very well," she said quietly. "She didn't mourn for long before she married Leo."
Elizabeth looked scandalised.
"My dear Margaret, that is really not the way to talk about your mother and Lord Wells. Did you expect her to remain alone without a husband to take care of her?"
Margaret bowed her head and considered the question very carefully.
"I wish to marry someone whom I can love with all my heart, and I shall make sure he is too happy to ever take his own life."
She chewed her thumbnail, her wide eyes so innocent and trusting that Elizabeth felt tears come to her own eyes. Quickly, she made the sign of the cross.
"I pray that life may treat you with kindness, Margaret, but none can say what lies before us."
She tidied away the bowl and pulled the covers of Margaret's bed neatly into place. "Try to rest now," she said gently. "Your mother expects you to be at your brightest this evening, and don't forget. Once you are at court, many people will flatter you and wish to introduce you to their eligible sons. You must keep your head set on the right way, and don't become too proud." Margaret's eyes brightened with interest.
"Why should they do that? Surely everyone at the King's court must be wealthy already."
Elizabeth nodded knowingly.
"That may be so, but no one is so rich that they don't try to accumulate more riches. And you are a great heiress, a catch for anyone."
Margaret sighed suddenly.
"It is a great pity that my father did not live. Then I would not have to go with my Lord of Suffolk."
Elizabeth moved to the door.
"You haven't much to complain of. Your mother has more than done her duty. Why, see how well you can read. Even those funny French writings are intelligible to you."
Margaret sat on her bed and wound thin arms around her knees.
"Yes, I have a lot to be grateful for, and I will do my best to be good," she said humbly.
Elizabeth choked back her tears. How young and vulnerable Margaret was. A small, unformed girl who would soon be thrust into the decadent life at court. Suddenly, a thought sprang into her mind.